Hello everyone, I received this noco gb150, so let's test it. It doesn't power on, so this noco has no power. So of course first we're going to check the battery voltage. The battery voltage is a 6.9, it's very low. 6.9. These resistors here, yeah, the resistors still good. So the battery is very low. So let's check cell by cell. This one here is a 2.5 volt. This one here is a 1.7. This one here is a 2.6. The normal battery voltage is should be like 3.7 to 4 volt. So the power button voltage is very low. Yeah, you can see it is very low. Here it should be like close to the battery voltage. If we have 6.9 volt, here it should be like 5 volt or yeah, there is no surge in the power button. So let's check if the power button is good. Yep, the power button is good. Okay. You see this brown here, this color here? This look like this diode which has overheat or is burned. One five, 1.5, 0.6, okay, 0.6. That's not the right reading. 0.657. So if we flip 0.6, so this diode here, and that's the diode which has a little brownish around it. 0.5, 0.5. This diode too is the reading is not right. So these two diodes here is connected fine here, but they are not connected. Maybe these two diodes need to be checked out to the board, not in the board. Alright, let's see here. We check some capacitors here. Okay, this capacitor, it tested very low. This capacitor, if we follow the trace, is go from here to this capacitor and this go to this pen and 3.3 regulator. And the other part of the regulator is connected to these diodes. So if we check from here to here, we're gonna find low ohm. $10 ohm or less, even 8 ohm, 7, yeah, 6. So could be this regulator is bad or this capacitor is bad. Plus the voltage that's come from this diode, it's go to this regulator. So maybe this diode is burned and burned the regulator. So we're gonna need to check all these components. This one first, I'm gonna take this diode and check it, then this diode, then this regulator. So I'm gonna disconnect the battery from here. So yeah, we still have a short here. So let's check this diode here to see if we still have that. We read the reading. Yeah, we still have. What about this one we took? So here 1.6, and if we flip, is a 0.7. It shouldn't give us the reading both way. So this diode is bad. It's going to need to be changed. I'm going to check this diode too. So here we have open line, that's good. And if we check from here to here, we have 0.5. This diode is good. Gonna put it back into place. So let's check the other diode. This one here, open line. And here we have 0.5. 0.6, 0.4, 0.4, 0.6, 0.5, open line. So they're good. Transistor here. For this diode. Okay, good. So we need to check that regulator. So I'm not going to check the capacitor because usually this regulator is go bad when that diode is burned. Right, do we still have the short here? There is no short. And the regulator? Yeah, there is a short in the regulator. Okay, the short is gone. So what we need now, we need this regulator and that's diode. So the diode is a A6. The number of the regulator is a 7533-2. So it's a 3.3 regulator. So I'm gonna check. So this one I already removed the regulator from it. You can see it's a common issue that regulator go bad. I'm gonna check this diode here. And I'm going to check the regulator from here. Yep, that's the good regulator. So do we have the shirt here now? No, we don't have shirt, we have mega ohms. I know the battery is low, but we still can test the power button. I'm gonna plug the battery, push the power button. You can see this light is flashing. There is some change from before. Plus here, we have the voltage and the power button now. The voltage and the power button is a 6.3. The voltage in the battery is a 8. I put a little charge in the battery, and so let's see why it's flashing, because I think it's the battery is low. You can see the 3.3 still very low. So the input is 2.8 volt. So here 2.8, 2.8. So 3.3. Yeah, we need to be here at least like 9 volt or so to have that 3.3. So let me here. Gonna put this one on the ground. So I'm charging the device with the external power supply, because the charging port is gone. Yeah, this one is need to change the charging port, the 5 volt charging port. So let me put this one on the ground. So here, let me charge. And if we check here, so let me put that one on the ground. If we check here, we have 3.4 volt, or that's supposed to be 3.3 is good. So when the controller doesn't get the 3.3 volt, that's why we have that flashing light is so we're gonna leave it in the charge for a minute, then we're gonna check if we're gonna have the 3.3 stable here, and if the device gonna try to turn on. Charge about like 5 minutes now. We have 9 volt. There's a 9 volt. So let's it turns on, but it's detecting a wrong voltage. So here is a 3.2, 6.3, and 9.5. So let's give it more power and see why it's giving us our wrong voltage here. And I'm going to change the charging port as well. Let's change this charging port. Okay, you see this one? The charging port with the little board. Alright, so now I can charge it with the 5 volt. Flashlight works. So let's give it a time till it's charged. A lot of problems with this noco here. We already changed the diode. We changed the regulator. I changed the charging port. So I get it to work. So,
we work directly with the best organic brands, so you get the highest quality products without the big retail markups. Shop everything from pantry essentials to sustainable meat.
so you can see it turns on, but it shows like it's 100%.
Join now and get $20 off your first order.
natron melatonin to help him get a good night's sleep instead of lying awake worried about tomorrow. But Carmen, her shift starts at 6 a.m. and he has a massive presentation. I'm stressed just thinking about it. Do you have more satisfied customers in natron melatonin?
That's not the right voltage in the battery. Like it's not 100% in the charge. If I check here, we have 11.1 volt. So sure, this is not 100% charge. There is something else wrong with this one. That's not detecting the right charge. So now the device is off. Should be here we have 8.9. We should have over 10 volt. Like if we have 11 volt here, should be like 1 volt less than what it's here. So it's about 10 volt, over 10 volt should be here. So there is a 3 volt here. This here it should be 0, not 3 volt. So the 3 volt is coming from this diode. You can see this. Here we have 3 volt here. And this coming from this diode. Let me disconnect the battery. So I disconnect the battery, this wire here. And you can see after I disconnect the battery, this light and this light goes on. Because we have some voltage here. This is a leaking voltages. So here is a 0.8 volt. Here 0.8 volt is going to the processor, and that's why the processor is stay on. Even it's not the right voltage. So let's follow this one. So we have 1.4 volt here. .4 volt here. And 2.8 volt here. So there is a voltage coming to this transistor, and this transistor is giving it to this diode. And as these diodes they go bad, they may have this transistor bad too. So I'm going to disconnect. This is the wire is come from the battery. This one here. So this one is off. So now we are not going to have the voltage. That's good. And let's check in the diode mode. So 0.7 here, 0.5 here, 0.2 here, 0.6, so here like this is not a normal reading, like 0.2, and if we flip we have 0.2, 0.6, 0.5, 0.8, if we flip 0.7. So let's check this board. Should compare that one. So here open line, if we flip we have 1.6 open line. This is the collector, this is the emitter, and this is the base. So here 0.6 and 0.6. And if we flip, open line, open line. So 0.2, 0.6. If we flip, 0.2, 0.5. So I think this transistor is bad. So let's put this one, we put it here. So let's check this transistor now. So from here 0.6 to here 0.6. That's good. It's not like that 0.2 before. If we flip, open line, open line. That's great. So I'm gonna connect this one, this little wire. We don't see that red light and white light here. That's a good thing. Do we still have some voltage here? No, we don't have the voltage. That's good. So you can see now there is no voltage is going to the processor. So now the device is completely off. So the voltage in the power button is 9 volt. That's good. It's over 9. So I connect the battery as well. So now it's at 10.8 volt. That's great. Now we have the right percent of the battery. $11.1. So this device is fixed and ready to go. So let me plug it to the charge before. Yep, it's a 1.5 amp. And it's charging. So this is all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you again.